It's time for my son's annual birthday weekend camping trip. Literally never use this camper except once a year. So every single year I'll have to bleed the brakes. I bought this thing some time ago. We actually converted the back into a pretty nice camper. And while I was building my house, I was able to sleep in it because we live about an hour from here before we moved. But I'll post a picture of what this thing looked like when I bought it. Literally pine trees growing up all around it. It was crazy. Fired it up after working on it for about an hour and drove it out. So I almost cut the tire. One of the trees was growing in between the rear axles. So I've driven these trucks out of holes where they've sat for like 20 years. So these motors are just not as bad to stick as some of the other junk we work on. But this thing's pretty nice. If I was a betting man, this thing will fire up. We'll see what happens. I don't have any nuts for the batteries. I'll be back. Got some nuts. All right, let's see what happens. Oh yeah, what an absolute score. This thing is a Whistler turbo, but I put a muffler on it because I just drive it on the road all the time. But without the muffler, that thing would pierce your ears. It was so loud. So this is the back of the camper. I had a set of steps. I'm not really sure what they were from, but I bought them at a swap meet. Made all the brackets and stuff to hang them up on the back. So they pin on, and that little handrail stows on the bottom of them. So once you pull them down, you set the handrail up on either side. I made a hitch for the back that pins on, so you can take that off and you don't lose ground clearance whenever it's removed. I found this in the floor of the camper literally a year ago. We used it. But I have a panel wired up inside. So you just plug this into shore power wherever you set up the camp. I made some pretty cool brackets and stuff for it. You can set a propane tank there, a dairy can there, little storage box. This actually has a switch inside. So if you have like lights strung up around your campsite, you can lay in the bed and turn the switch off and it turns this outlet off. There's just a sink inside, no bathroom or anything else, no shower. But I've had it where I can hang a water heater on the fender right there, and then I can have hot water inside as well for whatever, washing dishes, washing your hands, your face, that kind of stuff. Hey, welcome to my crib. So this is the inside of the camper. I'll turn on some lights and see if we can get a little better view. Oh, one not working. Basically, I got a toolbox, El Cheapo. Used it as my kitchen cabinets. Works pretty good though. I had some giant bolts. I really couldn't figure out what I was going to do with them, so I welded some nuts to the bottom of this thing and made feet. They are adjustable. I got little set screws that hold them, but pretty well set them even and they just worked. Little sink from the scrapyard. Did redo this blower motor. The fan itself was good, but it needed a new motor. I think it was actually DC voltage, and I put a 110 out of like some ice machine or something to make that work. A little microwave over here. Refrigerator, fold down table. Got a little leg that kicks down into that hole there. Big drawers underneath the bed actually go the full length back, and the bed itself is on like some struts, so it raises and lowers with some assist. The drawers have some locks in here that you can kind of move out of the way to be able to pull the drawers out. Got some little cushions here. So you get some seating like that. Pull this one out. It is right there. Kind of see how the locks work. So you got to lift the bed platform to be able to trip the lock, but that makes it where they don't come out going down the road. Pretty nice panel back there. Rewired everything and made it where it's all new wires, even in the ceiling. I don't know what's going on with that one fixture, but one of these switches here is where you can turn off that outside outlet to turn off your market lights or whatever you have strung up around your campsite. Dimmer on the main LEDs. The fan is one of these. I think I still have an extra one over here, but then the other one was that outside outlet. All in all, pretty nice camper. Put some time into it some time ago. See if I can fold the little table down. You know, it's some junk, but it turned out pretty nice. Try to spend $0 on every single project I ever do. It was just leftovers and pieces and parts and stuff that I had. I made these little seat cushions out of some extra material that I had left over. But it all works pretty good. I have another one of these on a trailer, and the plan was to make that into like the bunkhouse. So you'd have a shower, bathroom, and some bunks that would fold down and make like a little breezeway out of the back of this. And so you'd have a door in the front of the trailer to be able to go back and forth. So we'll see if that ever happens, but I do already have that other trailer. Something else that is super cool about this camper, it's actually got some bullet holes in it. I don't really know why. I don't know the history or where it went, but basically you got like 3 there, like 1 there, 2, there's 1 more right there. This bullet actually laid in there sideways, so it was flipping. I don't know if it was like a ricochet or what, but it didn't poke through. And there's 1 in this cover right here, and it broke the window. So that's the only broken window in the whole deal, but I don't know. I don't know if it was just somebody messing around or this thing actually went somewhere in combat. It would have been like a Vietnam era truck, so I don't know. The other thing I need to do is get this trailer unloaded, some fish structure for the pond. Basically, there's a ton of tan fence slats. We changed colors for a customer. We went from these tan ones to some brown ones. So we had all these left over, and the plan is to kind of cut them and bend them and stick them down in some cinder blocks and pour the cells full to kind of make like little trees. They won't rot over time. So I need to get this junk off, but fortunately I did put a strap underneath all this junk, so I should be able to lift it off. Structure building area, so it's gonna look like crap until we get it all in the water. I was correct. There is a strap underneath it. I might try to pull all this junk off. Would have been easier to lift it off at the shop with the forklift. But now I'm at the pond. Alright, I'm going to try it. I'm going to see if I can pull the strap and get it to just roll off of there. Probably not going to work, but we'll see. right, not bad. Maybe we save some time, I don't know. I gotta roll it and straighten it up a little bit. Alright, we got the golf cart trailer for our camping trip. It's unloaded, now we need to load the cart. Man, I love this golf cart. Carry all two. It's a gas motor. Built a little bracket and put the light bar up there. Thing works great when it's cold. We lifted it and put some new tires and stuff on it, but other than that, it's pretty good. It did take a bunch of the power away whenever you're climbing up a hill or something. You can tell it doesn't like those big tires. So I built this lean-to to store some bad to the bone crew cab square bodies under. It's full of wood. I had all this wood cut, a bunch of 2x4s, a bunch of 3x6 oak that I was going to use for a bridge, which has now been scrapped. I'm not going to do that anymore. I do have another bridge that I'm going to be able to use, but the oak's just taking up space. So I'm going to move this stuff somewhere. But I got my firewood under here. I'm going to throw some in the golf cart.
Mommy.
All right, we finally closed on the lake lot. It's all mine for 2 days. We got everything all set up. Ran some market lights. Brought those off of the corner. And those are the ones we can turn on and off from inside. My son told me I need to tell everybody to like and subscribe. So if you like it, subscribe. We're going to be up to a whole bunch of stuff. Have a good one.